So this is live, mainly doing this showing a Tmux tutorial. So we're gonna go through a Tmux tutorial. I don't know why I'm seeing the other one. Okay, there you go. Um, so yeah, there's a cheat sheet here for Tmux, and we're gonna talk about exactly what Tmux does and how someone would use it. So uh, if you look at the man pages for Tmux, it's a terminal multiplexer. Oop, no man. Okay. Let's exit here for a second. Uh, Control V, detach, exit. Okay, so let's do man Tmux. Okay, so Tmux is a terminal multiplexer. So this one can read more about Tmux. But basically, it's not a terminal. It multiplies your terminal. So a terminal within the terminal, you have basically windows. Well, you have sessions, windows, and then panes. So, and mainly you want to use it for development, and also if you have a remote computer, it will keep your sessions alive. So even if you lose connectivity to your computer, your sessions are still there, so you didn't lose anything. So for example, if I go back to this computer, Um, all I have to do is attach to the session, and to look at the session, you could do Tmux ls, I believe. Okay, so there you go. It shows you the two sessions that I have to show here for this tutorial. So to attach, yeah, mainly you could provide the name that you want to attach to. So let's here for the session. So if you want to attach, you could do, Tmux A, Tmux ATT, Tmux attach, or you could give it the session name. So Tmux, Tmux A minus T session name. I always go for the shorter version. So let's do that, just Tmux A, and see what happens. So Tmux A. So there you go. It attaches us. I gave a name to this. So the name I gave it is Project One. Um, Most of the time it just gives you like uh, in this brackets the name of the session would be like 0, 1, 2, 3 as the default, but you could always rename that. And then to look at the sessions, a good way to navigate is hit Control B. This is the default key binding, and then you press S, and so that would give you the the a way to navigate between your sessions. So here's one session, here's another session. So if you go here, we can see here this session, and it says here window 3, and you can tell what window we're in by this asterisk here. Okay, so I can navigate through different windows just by doing the Control B and then the number 2. And so now this is window 2, and then I can do Control B and number 1. Let's check if I could just click it. Okay, so I can just click it, and that's because I gave it a command, and that command would be this one here below. So I'm going to Control B, uh, double colon, and then I do set mouse to on. So if you do give that command, basically you can just click it and move between there. Okay, if you don't like that idea and just don't want to use the mouse, let's do it again, Control B, and then set mouse to off. Set mouse off. And so what that does is now you can't click it. See, you could click it and nothing happens. And to move into the different windows, you just do Control B and then the number here. Let's say we want to go to 1. And so uh, now it goes through there. So, and then also for panes, you could have multiple panes in this window. So if you do Control B, percent sign, I'll split it in half. And if you do Control B double quotes, that would cut that. into there. Okay, so you could have tons of these guys. Okay, uh, right there. So how many panes do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 panes. And let's see, Control B, Alt 1. Okay, so Control B, Alt 1 spreads it horizontally. Control B, Alt 2 vertically. Control B, Alt 3. Okay, and then Control B, Alt 4. Okay, Control B, Alt 5. Okay, um, so those are different uh, settings that you can have, and of course you can do Control B and I think arrow. No, Control B, Control up to move the size, or Control B, Control left. So Control B. So once you stopped it, you see you can't do it anymore. Um, and then so that's how you can adjust it. And of course, um, I recommend for people, unless to do it with the mouse on. I, I don't know, for some reason I like doing that here for Tmux. So let's do that, and Control B, double colon, and let's go set mouse on. And then if we want to change the size, all we have to do is Control B and then drag. Okay, so that's a good way to resize it the way you want it. See? Okay. Control B. See if I could make it. Okay. So there you go. And then you can do directory here. You know. Then here you could do like I don't know, time. Date. So different commands. You can be running your builds here. Build something here. And then you can adjust it. And then if you want, you could just do Control B and one of the alts to bring them back the way they are. So how do you exit? Um, Normally I just would type exit here, but to kill the pane, um, let's see what they have here. Session, remove session. I think it's X. I'm not seeing it here. Let's go back to our cheat sheet here. Let's see. Panes. Oh, okay, it's down here. So to kill the window, Control B, X. So this key binding, the Control B, you could actually change that. So for screen, it's Control A, and of course Tmux is a fork of screen, so they use Control B. And you could actually use both Tmux and screen at the same time. They don't clash with one another. So much of their functionality is the same. Um, let's see the restore sessions. Okay, let's go back and so that's just for that session. You can do Control B S again to go to this session. Okay, so different session. So normally, if you have two projects, they won't clash with one another. Let's go back here again and see. You can paste through buffers. We're not going to go through that. We're just going to go through the normal case. So we're going to kill some panes here in a second. And then if there's a particular pane that you want, let me see. Right. Yeah. I think it's Control B W that we want to try. So let's see. Control B W. There you go. This is the one where you can actually select where you want to be. So if you remember this one, we have says here you got 4 windows and 6 panes. Not sure if there's a one where you can actually select the panes. I think you could just select from the windows. Yeah, you can't select which pane you're gonna end up in. Although here there's a number you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, the name of the pane. So I wonder if we hit 2, what's gonna happen? Are we in window pane? Nope, we're still there. So let's do Control B, W, show us the window. Um, then we'll go back to this 6 pane one. And so the beauty of Tmux is, say there's another third project, so I don't want to lose this session and the other session. What do you have to do? So you want to detach, so it's a Control B, D, and so that detaches from that session. So it says here, detach from session tutorial. Um, and if you do a Tmux LS, you see that your sessions are there, and they'll be there uh, forever, and you'll only lose them if you lose power to your PC. So to start another session, you just do tmux. That starts another session. The session's name is 2. So let's rename this to maybe project 3. So to do that, uh, again, Control B and the $sign to rename it. And let's say this is project. Uh, just do P for project and then PX. Um, Normally you want a shorter name for this. You could configure it so that Tmux has a different status bar here. So you could change the way the windows are numbered. You could change the color down here, and you can change basically what it has down here for you if you don't like the defaults. And we're not going to go through that, but it's pretty much tmuxconf, so you can just Google that or look it up however you want to. So, we're Project X, and we're like, oh, we need to go to a different project. So how do you do that? Control B, S. Uh, you can navigate back to, Project 1. And then down here, see is our mouse working? Okay, so mouse is not working. Control B, S to tutorial 4. See if our mouse is working. Our mouse is working here. So in your config, you could just enable your mouse to be on. So let's do that with, I think, let's check the session. So project 1 is what we want to check. And so here, yeah, we can't click. So again, to do that, do Control B, get to the command with a double colon, and then you just set mouse to be on. Okay, and then you can just navigate using the mouse. Okay, I think that's it for now that I want to talk about. Let's go back to the cheat sheet that I have here. Key bindings. Okay, so you have sessions, you have windows, panes. I think I've gone through that. And then you have copy mode. I guess you can do that. Save the what you have the buffer on the screen. Okay, let's look at this other. Did it go through everything that I wanted to show? Create window, next window, mainly the create and how you can move, resize the panes, sessions. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to cover and to detach. You know, you need to Control B, detach. Okay, and so that's since we added another session, you could just do Tmux ls, and it'll show you um, all the ones you have. So normally I just do Tmux A to attach, and then from there I can navigate to the session that I want. I'm doing Control BS. So that's a quick way to change session that you want to be in. So I think I want to do one more. So do we have screen? So for those of you new to Linux, which key just shows you the path of the screen, because you could actually have you could actually use. So if you echo the path that you have, so this is more basic. Some of you probably already know about this. So if you echo the path, it shows you what the shell is looking at. So it's going to look here first, then here, until it finds where the screen is located at, and then it'll stop. Okay, so you issue the switch screen because sometimes you have um, different binaries, maybe different versions, but they're installed, and you want to see like, I knew I installed this version somewhere, you know, but it's not showing up. So so this is user bin. Okay, so see it, the local place it takes precedent. Um, so if you create, um, okay, let's create this S screen. I'll show you. We're gonna put in this user local S bin. Okay, um, so uh, so let's create screen, and let's just make a bash script here. So to make a bash script, you just do the shebang bin. Is it bin shell or bash? Yeah, whatever shell you have, and then you just say echo hello from uh, screen. Okay. I don't have my vimrc. That'd probably be another video that we can configure. Okay, so you can see there's your screen to run it in bash. We source that. See it's working. Cannot execute binary user bin screen. Okay, so that's not what we want. We want just the local path. So we want that. Oh, I don't know why I did this backwards. So let's go back here and okay, and let's try this again. There you go. And the reason why it did that, let me just go back, is because I had this backwards. So it's supposed to be pound exclamation mark. And this tells you to use the environmental shell that you have. Okay. So sometimes you could give it the exact path. So let's try that here too. So let's just go to the shell. So here. And so yeah, in Vim, as opposed to NVim, you could just type colon shell and it brings you to the shell. Um, so um, so if we do which shell, okay, and then if let's do ls which shell, and I'm using backticks here so I can just grab this and pass it on to ls, which is a good practice to hold. So this one, it says it's to dash. And so here, let's see where dash is. Okay, so I guess we're using dash. And which bash? So let's do that trick here where you say which bash. Okay. Uh, Interesting. So this one uses basically dash, but if you want to explicitly say use this bash, so let's do that. User bin bash. So let's exit here, and remember when we exit here, we're going to go back to our Vim. So what was it? User bin. Uh, give the complete path. User bin bash. This should also work. So used to pressing JJ just to get out, but I have to do escape since I haven't set it up. So right quit in Vim. I'm not going to go through a tutorial, but not in this one. But so if you do screen, okay, there you go. So now let's cat that file. Screen, okay. So before we move it into this user local sbin, it's not going to run if you just provide it the name because it's not an executable at this point, right? So if you do a ls screen here, lsl screen, okay, it tells me you can read, write, but you can't execute. So to change this, you have to change the mode that you should be able to execute. So I can't remember, but I usually always just do the number. So 777 means like for here in binary, the what do you call this? This is user group and root, I believe. So you want root to be able to execute it or read, write, and execute. You want the group, whatever group you're in, to read, write, and execute this. And then for yourself, you want to read, write, and execute. So once I do this, you'll see that this will change to RWX, RWX, and RWX. So let's try to do that. Okay, and let's LSL. Nope, LSL. Okay, so here's screen. There you go. And I think if you're not sure about how something is used, uh, the first thing I would do is do the apropos, uh, come on. Okay, so what I don't like about this is man is not set up here. So okay, so man is not even installed here. So let's install that. Uh, okay, nice to always have that. So while it's doing that, we could actually detach from here, exit from that computer, and do the look up the help for chmod. So you have the 1p, 2, 3p, and so this is a good way to look to read the man pages. So I'd encourage people to look here first before going on the internet. It's just a good habit to do. So if we just do a regular man mod, I think it's going to take us to that chmod 1, which is the default. And so it says here, change the file name. Okay, and gives you a bunch of stuff to look at here. And see also chmod 2. And 2, I think, is system call. So here, some people use this type of format. So they do a user group or to add. So you do plus minus for permission, and then you can set the read, write. Not sure what this big X means. Then you have the sticky bit. Not sure what the T is. So don't normally look onto here what they are. I just use the number. So if I wanted just to be readable, then I just use, chmod 444. So everything is 4. So that means I only want read permission. Um, so yeah, I would give a hint to use this apropos to see what all the likely chmod um, commands are. And so another good one to keep a habit is man, even though I know this already, I always go here because sometimes I don't remember, if do I need man 2, man 3. Um, so uh, sometimes when you're programming in C, you don't know if is it a library call, is it a system call. So a good example of this may be printf. So when I was starting printf, so this is just the one, meaning that's for, you can see here, I should really just create 2 panes. So let's practice what we've been preaching. So normally you do start a Tmux, and then you can do split the pane. And so you want to do B set mouse on. Okay, and then we just transfer here, and we just do man print f. Okay, and that just shows the 1. But if we want to do, so let's look at how many printf actually has. So propose printf. Okay, and we should just filter printf. So let's actually, yeah, everything is just printf. So we can just want to see the start of the line should be printf. That can work. Okay, there you go. So so I just gave grep a regex here. I'm saying I want the start to be printf. So here you can see yeah, printf1, 1p, and then you have 3 and then 3p. And now what is p? Okay. So in these streams, pretty much I'm just going to talk about programming. So if you want to see what printf 3 is, and remember if I do man, it shows me the 3 is library call. So maybe this is what you want because you're programming in C. So you just do man 3 printf, and there you go. It even gives you some examples here. Okay, gives you some linking here if you want to link. But it's pretty standard. If it's a standard library, you don't have to give this argument to the linker. It would just know to do that. So that's another great way. and say you don't want to lose this. So let's go back into um, the Tmux. So let's do Control B, C. Oop, not X. Control B, C to create another one. Okay. So if you want another tab, but it's not a terminal, it's a multiplexer. So another terminal would just be another one of these. But you can navigate through, and actually in Tmux you can uh, let's see if we SSH into the one that already has a Tmux attached to it. Okay, and then we do a Tmux attach, and you see here we have two. We have one from the parent computer, and then you have one where we SSH to. And so what you would end up having to do is have hit your Control B and Control B again to pass that to the next one, and then you can do C to create the next one here. So the same thing to detach. If you could do Control B D, it detaches from the parent one. So let's try that. Control B D. So see there, it detached. So our session's still there. Tmux A to attach, and we want to detach from the computer that we SSH into, this one right here. So what we're going to have to do is hit Control B twice and then hit D to detach. Okay, and then from here you can go back, hit exit. So we'll go back to the main computer. Okay, let's see. Is that enough Tmux that we want to talk about? Yeah. So no. Oh, yeah. What I want to do. So let's see. Control B detach is SSH back into the other computer. And what I wanted to do is have screen over Tmux. So if I do screen here, there you go. Now we have screen. So in screen, it's Control A, C. We create another screen. So screen, let's see, screen 1, I think. Okay, and then Control A, C, screen 2. Okay. So if you do Control A, and normally I press like 9 or something like that, and it'll show me all the screen windows here. So if I want to go back to the one, Control A1, okay? So normally you could have screen on top of Tmux, and that goes for Tmux too. You could have Tmux on top of Tmux on top of Tmux. And the way I do that for my work is that basically, instead of Control B for my remote computer, I just use Control Space. Okay, and then for my computer that I have at home, I leave that to Control B. And so that way it doesn't clash. You might want to do it differently. You might want to um, you might want to switch up how you do the Control key or the super key for Tmux. And so I think that's all I'm gonna talk about. Stream is kind of long, but if you like the contents here, just subscribe. I've always do the live, and so not much editing. So thank you for watching. Have a good one. Goodbye.